It's your friendly math tutor, Miss C here, to solve a multi-step equation. So you're going to see that I have the order of operations written here, and it is backwards because we are solving an equation today. And we know this is an equation because equations have equal signs. So our goal is to isolate M, or to just get M by itself. That's what isolate M means. And we are basically going to do this by following the order of operations backwards, which is SADMEP, and then applying inverse operations to do that. So let's go ahead and get started. So I always like to divide my equation into two sides, the left side and the right side. I do this for a very specific reason. And it's because what we do to one side of the equation in math, we do to the other. And we don't want to accidentally do the same thing to the same side of the equation more than once. So there we go. Now let's hit the order of operations. So the first operations I am looking for is I'm looking for any addition and subtraction. So I see that I've got 5m plus 10. That is being added. 10 is being added, but it's trapped inside those parentheses, so I cannot get to it. This negative 3 is not being subtracted. It's actually being multiplied by every term in the parentheses, which leaves us with the 4. 4 is being added. It's not attached to anything. So that is the term that we can move. So I'm going to do the opposite or the inverse operation of adding 4. And that is the inverse operation, which is subtracting. So I'm going to subtract 4 on this side. In math, I do the same thing to the other side. So when I do the inverse of addition or subtraction, I should always get 0. So 4 minus 4 is 0. I did that right. 0 means it goes away. So what I have left on this side is negative 3 times the quantity 5m plus 10 equals 30 minus 4, which is 30. Now I'm going to look at SADMEP again, and I notice that I should be looking for anything that is being multiplied or divided. And we do those working from left to right. Same with addition and subtraction. We work from left to right, just like we read a book from left to right. So I notice that I have 5m, and that is being multiplied, but it's still trapped inside of the parentheses, so I cannot do anything there. I also notice that negative 3 is being multiplied by that entire binomial, 5m plus 10. So that is the multiplication I'm going to do. So to unmultiply, okay, I'm going to do the inverse operation, which is division. So I'm going to divide this entire side by negative 3. Because I did it to that side, I also have to do it to this side. So when we do the inverse operation of multiplication or division, I'm always looking to get a 1. So negative 3 divided by negative 3 equals 1. I did that right. 1 times my binomial is just my binomial. So I'm left with 5m plus 10 equals 30 divided by negative 3, which is negative 10. All right. Now I am going to be looking for any exponents. I don't have any, so I don't need to do that. Then I'm going to look for parentheses. I don't see any parentheses. So now I go all the way back, and I'm back to addition and subtraction. I see that 10 is being added, so I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. When I do that, because I'm doing the inverse operation of addition or subtraction, I should get a 0. Let's do a quick check. 10 minus 10 is 0. 5m plus 0 is still 5m equals negative 10 minus 10, which is negative 20. All right, now I need to deal with the next step in my order of operations, which is multiplication and division. I see that 5m is there, and that really, we say 5m, but it's really 5 multiplied by m, so we want to undo the multiplication. The inverse of multiplying is division, so I'm going to divide both sides by 5. And when I do that, I should get a 1. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. Great. 1 times m is m. Oh, look at that. M is by itself now, just what we wanted. And then negative 20 divided by 5 is negative 4. So we have successfully solved for m, but now let's make sure that we did this right. So I am going to check my answer, which is exactly what you should do every time you solve an equation to make sure you didn't make a simple calculation error. And because we're just going to be checking that one side of the equation equals the other, we're going to use PEMDAS forward, because what we're essentially doing is simplifying the expression to see if we get 34 out. So I'm just writing the left side of the equation, and everywhere that I saw m, I'm putting in -4 because that is what m equaled. And now we're just going to simplify. So we're going to deal with what's inside of the parentheses first. Okay, and I can't really do the parentheses yet because I've still got multiplication. I don't have any exponents. So I'm going to do the multiplication and division working from left to right first inside the parentheses. So I end up with 4 minus 3 times -20 plus 10. Okay, and now I'm going to do the addition and subtraction inside of the parentheses. So when I do that, I'm going to rewrite, and I keep doing this because part of doing math well is being organized and neat. So -20 plus 10 is -10. Okay, I'm done with that. I'm going back. Do I have parentheses? Yes, but the parentheses are simplified. Do I have exponents? No, there are no exponents. And now I'm back to multiplication and division, and I'm going to do math from left to right like I read a book. So the multiplication I see is -3 times -10. When I do that, so I'm going to rewrite my 4, I get positive 30. Okay, we've done the multiplication and division, and now we're doing addition and subtraction. 4 plus 30 is 34. And look at that, we were trying to get 34 out, so 34 equals 34. Our check is done. We did this right, and you have successfully solved this multi-step equation. Make sure to subscribe for more math videos. Till next time, you've got this.